What's going on, guys? It's Silver Seeker, and today we're just going to quickly talk to you a little bit about what's going on with silver and the silver market right now. I know a lot of you have noticed that the silver market is very sideways. It's basically not really gaining or losing a whole lot. It's just kind of sitting there in stagnation, waiting for something to happen, but no one really knows what's going to happen or when it's going to happen. I've been seeing a lot of comments on my channel, specifically on some of my silver videos, from people thinking or asking me if I think that silver is going to be dropping back down into the low 20s or into the, even as low as 17 is one comment that I saw most recently. And I just wanted to comment on that. So, no, personally, I don't think that you're ever going to see, especially in the physical form, I don't think you're ever going to see silver dropping back below a $20 bill. Now, of course, you could see small dips in the market. You could see little crashes and things like that, kind of like what happened back in March. But if you remember, even in March when silver hit $13 or $14 an ounce, everyone was buying it up because it was so cheap, and that made the premium skyrocket. It made the availability of the silver very, very dismal. There weren't a whole lot of dealers that had silver to sell you. And I think if we ever got back into a situation to where silver dropped back down into those numbers, you'd really see it again, especially on a short-term basis. What you have is a lot of people that are invested in silver right now, and everyone's getting very comfortable with the silver in the $24, $25, $26 an ounce range. And I think if you were to ever see like a drop go back down below $20 an ounce, it would be very, very slow if it ended up being a crash. If it crashed really quickly, if silver just dropped, the floor dropped out and you were looking at $19, $20 an ounce silver, you're going to see another situation back like you did with the beginning of the COVID scare. And if you remember, back during the COVID scare when silver dropped really quickly, it was in the 17s, I believe, maybe almost 18. It dropped all the way down to 12, 13. It kind of quickly rebounded to 14, but you had a couple of weeks there where it was in the 14s. And you saw the premiums absolutely astronomical, as well as the availability just completely dry up. Now, of course, there's a few people out there, your conspiracy theorists, that are saying that, no one wanted to sell their silver as far as the companies were concerned. When you look at ATMXJ and Bullion, SD Bullion, and all those guys, no one had any silver for sale, and they say that those big dealers just didn't want to sell it that cheap. And maybe there's a little bit of truth to that, but I don't think that's really the scenario. I really do think that there was a situation where everyone was buying it up. Silver was so cheap, and everyone wanted to get their hands into the pot. Well, they had an opportunity to stick it in while it was really, really low. Now, I remember back then, there were a lot of people on our Discord server. There were a lot of people in comments on my YouTube videos, as well as some of the comments that I saw in other YouTube videos, as well as other actual YouTube videos where they were completely criticizing the premiums. And I get it. I mean, no one really wants to pay $8 or $9 an ounce over spot for a silver eagle per se. But at the same time, now you have a lot of those people that are happily paying $4, $5, $6 an ounce over spot for generics, $6 or $7 an ounce over spot for silver eagles. And I know the premiums have come down a little bit, but I was just watching a few videos on Kitco where they were talking about a deal they did where they were able to offer 100-ounce silver bars at $3 over spot. And he said, in the realm of where silver is right now, that was actually a really good deal, which, to be honest with you, I do agree with. But my point is now that silver's sitting at $27 an ounce, nobody has a problem paying $30, $31, $32, $33 an ounce for silver. When it was 14, I was telling everyone if you could get your hands on it to buy it. Even back then, if you were paying plus 10, you would still be $3 back of spot today. I just knew that it was going to go up. I don't think that the bull run on silver is going to stop right now. In fact, like a lot of current market analysts have said, that silver and gold itself are actually in a consolidation period right now, which is making it look really good for future, not just far future, but for near future growth. Additionally, you do have a lot of volatility with the election coming up very soon, which I think a lot of people are waiting to see what happens with the election. So that's something else to keep in mind. I'm not going to get into politics. I don't know which way it's going to go, but I think just the uncertainty of what's going to be happening in the next 6 weeks in the United States with the coming election and things like that are just absolutely going to get people in kind of a fuss. And a lot of people are going to want to put their money into something that's stable, like silver, like gold. So I personally, I wouldn't want to have my money sitting in a stock market right now. I would absolutely want to have my money sitting in something like silver or like gold or a commodity. Me. I mean, it's going to be silver or gold. I don't even know why I would say something else. Something that I can physically hold in my hand, that I can store. I mean, we don't know where it's going to be. Everything could turn out fine next year. COVID could, lighten up and not be as big of a deal next year as it was this year. As you can see, everything seems to be calming down. The rate of new infections has definitely slowed down in the U.S. as well as a lot of places around the world. outside of a few instances where it's actually growing, but especially in the US, it's starting to slow down. The death rate is going down as well. So I think all of that, going on in the world right now, it could be really good for next year. It's very possible that, after the election next year, everything calms down and you see silver go sideways again, or maybe even pull back a little bit because people have a lot of faith in the economy. They're putting their money into stocks. They're putting it into things where they think they can grow their wealth really well. But personally, for me, I think even in that situation, I think it's going to be a smoke screen. It's going to be something that I just don't want to have my money in. Of course, the opportunity is always going to be there to make money in the stock market, no matter what you do. If you get in at the right time, if you get in, before something goes up, or if you just you think you have a key in on something or a foot in the door on something that's going to make you a lot of money, of course the opportunity is always there. But I think the stability of silver, I think the stability of gold, there's just nothing ever going to touch it, at least in my opinion. Of course, I'm sure that there will be a few comments on this very video from people telling me that I'm a fool, that investing in silver is a bad idea, that investing in gold is a bad idea, that you're throwing your money away, or that you're never going to grow your money. And maybe that's fine, but I like the stability of silver. I like the stability of gold. And in my opinion, I think it's going to continue to go up. I think that gold and silver specifically are very, very undervalued. And I think there is a time coming. I think silver's time is coming, and it's not going to be very far away. Now, of course, I don't know if it's going to be tomorrow, if it's going to be next year, if it's going to be 3 or 4 years from now, but I think silver's time is coming, and it's definitely somewhere that I want to be. And even if its time doesn't come, silver, as we've discussed in other videos, has always kept up with inflation, so it's better than putting money in a bank. I certainly don't want to be sitting on a bunch of money in a bank account that's backed up by the FDIC. Woohoo! Yay! I'm so excited. Thank you guys for guaranteeing that my money that's going to be worthless if we ever go through a major recession is backed up. I really would be excited to get my $200,000 out so I could go get a couple of loaves of bread, maybe some milk or something with that 200 grand if we ever hit a situation like Venezuela or Zimbabwe, things like that. So I'll keep my gold and silver. I'll put my gold and silver under my mattress, or I'll keep it wherever I keep it. Of course, I'm not going to share where I keep my gold and silver, but you get my point. I will definitely hold on to my physical precious metal, onto my physical wealth, and I'll protect it with my Second Amendment rights. So that is what I have to say on that situation, guys. Again, if you guys are worried about what silver and gold are going to do, in my opinion, don't worry. I really do think that right now is a very, very good opportunity for a lot of people to get into the market. I do not think it's too late. I think that you're going to see silver and gold hit record highs. Again, I don't know if it's tomorrow. I don't know if it's next year, but I do think that's something you're going to see. And I certainly would not want to be one of the ones sitting on the sideline wishing that I bought silver and gold instead of buying a stock. So that's where I'll be. I don't know about you, but you know what? Let me know what you're going to do. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you for subscribing to my channel. It definitely helps me out, guys. I hope to see you in future videos as well. And we'll see you next time. And by the way, don't forget to click that bell so you don't miss any of my future notifications. Hey guys, I want to say thank you so much for watching the video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did and you haven't subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell notifications so you don't miss my future updates. I also want to say thank you to all of my channel members scrolling on the right-hand side of the screen for making videos like this possible. You guys have a fantastic rest of your day.